Paris Jackson, the only daughter of Michael Jackson, recently checked into a rehabilitation center to improve her emotional health. Jackson says she is only taking a break from her busy life of a celebrity. But the truth is that her small depression happened exactly after the premiere of the famous documentary Leaving Neverland, which once again threw accusations at her father. Watch our video to get to know how complicated Paris Jackson's life is. Paris Michael Catherine Jackson was born on April 3, 1998, in Beverly Hills of the United States. She is the second child of the King of Pop out of 3 with Debbie Rowe. 3 years of their marriage ended up with a divorce, and Michael got full custody of the children. Till the age of 7, Paris was living at the Neverland Ranch. This magical place that her father had built, according to Michael, was everything I never got to do as a kid. Although her childhood was like a fairy tale, Paris said that Michael always cared a lot about their education, and therefore her life was quiet, unlike what people think. Michael asked his young kids to choose between a private school or studying at home, and they preferred to have been homeschooled because they could spend more time with their father. However, as Paris claimed in her interview with Rolling Stone in 2017, they had a strict schedule of classes every single day. But still, if they were good, they got to enjoy the amusements at the park, such as the zoo, the cinema, or the pool, and the other way around if they didn't behave well. Michael was also in charge of protecting the identity of his children, making them wear masks as they appeared with him in their day-to-day lives. Paris added that at first, she and her brothers didn't know who their father was, just calling him dad or daddy. Although there were some things they couldn't understand back then, they remembered the King of Pop as the best dad in the world. Paris was only 11 when her father died, and her custody was passed on to her grandmother, Catherine Jackson. That's when a series of emotional problems had began, and she had been recovering ever since. She has been experiencing all the pressure of being the daughter of Michael Jackson, which includes harsh accusations against him and even doubts about the paternity of Paris. Her biological mother is for sure Debbie Rowe, but Paris didn't know about her until she turned 13. Since the moment she found out about her mother, they've tried to get to know each other. Though their relationship never felt like the one of a mother and a daughter, instead of Rowe, the role of the mother was performed by Paris's grandmother, her aunts, and numerous nannies she had. Attending a private school worsened the situation because she faced harmful conflict situations with her classmates. And as she said to Rolling Stone, the only people she could get along with were senior students. But they were a bad company, as she began playing with illegal substances when her depression started to show. In June of 2013, at the age of 15, Michael Jackson's daughter tried to take her own life by cutting herself and taking 20 pills of ibuprofen. However, the young woman explained that this is not her first attempt to commit suicide, but the only one that was made public. At the age of 14, she also suffered harassment and physical abuse from a stranger, but preferred not to provide the details. Therefore, she spent 2 years in a therapeutic educational center fighting her anxiety and depression. Later, she tried to find the relief in covering herself with ink, and currently she has more than 50 tattoos, which 9 of honor her father. Now she prefers not to talk about her stalkers, although we know that in July of 2018, she had to file a restraining order against a man who followed her home. And according to Paris, that man had a shotgun. Apart from the emotional problems, her adolescence was quite normal, except for having bodyguards 24/7 because she was the daughter of the King of Pop. Finally, she graduated from high school in 2015 and never continued studying. Knowing that she owns $100 million of overall $1 billion that her family has, Paris chose a career of simply being famous. Now she's enjoying her freedom and trying to find her own self and live happily, just as her father wanted. Being close to 21, Paris has already appeared in the television series Star and in the movie Gringo in 2018 with a small role. In addition, Paris signed a contract with IMG Model Agency and has already collaborated with magazines such as Harper's Bazaar, ID Magazine, Rolling Stone, and Vogue Australia. Talking about the world of music, Paris plays several instruments, sings, and writes her own songs. Although several videos she shared on social media were very appreciated, it doesn't seem that she wants to choose the same path as her dad. But she inherited the love of animals and the interest in environmental issues from her father. No matter what, she would always keep in mind the words of affection that Michael once told her. "If you want to be bigger than me, you can. If you don't want to be at all, you can. But I just want you to be happy." We wish Paris all the best and hope that she gets the rest she needs, and we're sure she will show us her talent in the future. Do you think Paris Jackson is as talented as Michael Jackson? We'll be glad to read your comments, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more videos like this one. See you soon.